All right. What's going on out there, traders? Another one here from the Dark Side team, and a really solid opportunity that took place today. This is Tuesday, May 17th, about 11 a.m. Eastern Time, New York session, and solid play. I'm going to go ahead and break down the entire thing, down to the pip, entry, everything. It's probably going to be the trade of the week for us, and it's crazy because it's only Tuesday, but GU, US 30, GA. If you're paying attention to our Telegram. The market's just been on fire, man, and it's moving so smoothly right now. So, I figured what I could do is get on here, give you guys some insight, give you guys some tips, and let you apply them to your own trading. So, first thing I want to talk about on EA here is, we like to identify the structural swing points. We've got the higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. But what's important to remember is price doesn't necessarily have to follow the rules of structure. It doesn't have to follow the rules of anything. So therefore, you can't necessarily follow rules and expect to be correct. You know what I mean? At least not all the time. Probably not even half the time. Maybe a quarter of the time. But regardless, you got to learn to go with the flow. And this is a good example here. Where typically a structural trader and most smart money traders and balance traders, all types of traders would be looking for a situation where this price actually comes down into this zone right here as they see the break of structure, the ascending higher highs and higher lows, and they're looking to enter the market somewhere down here for a continuation to the upside. But if you look at EA, that's not necessarily what took place. And I'm not saying that it's not going to happen or it can't happen. What I am saying is that there's an awesome move that's taking place right now to the upside that for sure, when I get down into it, you guys will see the return it's giving. And it's just an amazing opportunity that you don't want to miss. Instead of waiting for this to happen and waiting for price to dip down into here and wondering if it's going to happen, there was an opportunity in the meantime that I'm going to show you how to catch. Okay, now when we talk about imbalances and order blocks, a lot of times people will call these areas, like this red candle here that I'm looking at, they'll call this supply turn demand. They have all these different phrases for it. But again, it actually means absolutely nothing unless it plays out in your favor, right? If not, if price would have just blown through here, like so, price would have just came on like this and melted on through to the downside, and then we'd look for the entry down in here somewhere. If that would have happened, nobody would even acknowledge this area. Then it wouldn't be called anything. They wouldn't call it an order block. They wouldn't call it supply turn demand. They wouldn't call it an amount. It would be irrelevant. But sometimes focusing on the things that everybody else thinks are irrelevant are actually the key to trading, because you don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So again, what I found here was very simple imbalance here. Now remember, order block traders would like to trade 50% of this candle, so we could just go ahead and make a 50% there of the body of that candle. Again, the bearish candle that led to the big push, broke structure, so on and so forth. Whatever your rules are for order blocks, I don't care really. And balance traders, we're looking at this 4 hour right here. So I had my eye on this 4 hour here, and again, it means absolutely nothing until you see what you need to see to justify a position. Because at the end of the day, it could just continue to melt to the downside. So, just gambling on the reactions of these is exactly what I said. It's gambling. It's not Forex trading. It's a casino. So again, you want to look for those low time frame breaker structures that we speak about in all of our videos. And this was a clean opportunity that we'll go through right now, just in detail, just so a refresher for you guys, and again to apply to your trading, because obviously this happens every single day. This is actually happening right now today on Tuesday, and it happens on every single pair. So I mean, I feel like we're putting out the same content over and over, but it's because we do the same things over and over. That's how trading should be. You should know what you're looking for. When you see it, take advantage of it, and anything else, just sit on your hands. It's as simple as that. Patience will always pay. These moves will always come. So let's just let's let the initial strike happen here. As you can see, we're now into the zone. You could say we struck the 50% of the order block. You can also say that we are in the 4 hour imbalance. Regardless, the key is to now start watching price, and the first thing you'll notice here is you've got descending structure, okay? Again, let's just mark it out. You got your lower low, your lower high, and your lower low, okay? Price comes down, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it breaks structure to the downside. You see it comes down again. So the idea here is to wait for price to break structure to the upside. And as you can see, I already let it happen based off of this example right here. But if you look, price has since broken to the upside, and we see that right here as price makes a lower low, lower high, lower low, break of structure. So now once price breaks structure, you can start to look for your entries like usual to get long out of this area. Now if we go a little bit closer, we can actually see what's taking place. We can see a lower time frame break of structure right in here. Right here. Illustrated by that. And we could also see our imbalances down in this zone as well, where we would look to be entering the market. Okay. Now we'll just let price go ahead and play out, and you guys are going to learn a very valuable lesson in this one, something that I've said a million times in all of our previous videos. Okay, let's just get rid of this 50% of the order block nonsense. There we go. Now let's just let price play out. Remember, you would be looking to get long out of this area. Okay, so there's price. There's actually a perfect touch. Perfect intentional touch that would put you into the market, okay? That would be your long position right there. Very easy to tell how to do this 1 minute imbalance as I showed you. You could look on any of our previous videos. I go over these exact same entry criteria. This is how I enter the market, okay? This is how our team enters the market. This is the ideal way to enter the market. The only problem is it's very rare do you see perfect entries happen like this. And when they do happen, they usually don't last too long. Sometimes price will collapse, but again, that's why you don't want to sell yourself short. You don't want to have a stop loss like this. I tell you guys that over and over again. Stop trying to make a 1 to 50 and just focus on a few percent a day. It will add up. You will be fine. You'll win more trades and you'll stress a lot less, So again, if you're still doing this, you're going to learn the lesson again of why you shouldn't do this. All right, and we'll just let price continue to play out. As you can see, you were tapped in nicely, intentionally. That was not by mistake. They brought you in on purpose. And then there it goes, and it would have taken you out. And I mean, the frustration that comes from that, guys, is just unbelievable. And then look what happens. There goes your move, like always. And that's why we say you've got to cover the zone. Forget about it. Forget about making it this and looking cool. You got to cover the zone. You got to give yourself a chance. If you look at our video that was about prop firms, we talk about how you don't need to make 10% a day, 20% a day. If you can just make 1% a day, 5 times a week, each day of the week, that's 5%. 5% times 4, which is 4 weeks in a month, is 20%. If you're trading a $100,000 FTMO account, you make $20,000. Stop doing that. Give yourself a chance, all right? Please. But again, another example of how you would have got screwed right there. And what do we see happen? We see the exact same thing happen. Now, keep in mind, look at how this played out. The descending structure, right? You had the break of structure. You tap into the zone perfectly, and price flies in your direction. And then they come and take you out, okay? Now, let's just look at this, okay? What are we seeing happen on this side right here? We're seeing the exact same thing. Descending structure, right? Price breaks, okay? That's the same thing. If we look right here, this same scenario is this one right here. Price breaks, it fills the zone, okay? Just like it did right here, and then it flies. You see? So it's the same entry criteria that we're using. There's nothing special about it. It's just you would have screwed yourself by giving yourself too tight of a stop loss right here. You would have screwed yourself, and they know that you're doing that. And that's why you see this happen so often. So please, guys, increase your chances of winning by increasing your stop loss, okay? You want to decrease the chance that you win? Then decrease your stop and keep trying to do 1 to 20s as if anybody gives a shit or if anybody believes that you're making 1 to 30 per trade. I mean, you can keep living in that fantasy world if you'd like, or you could actually start making money trading. It's really up to you. But again, just to go a little bit deeper onto this one, we've got the same situation that I just pointed out to you guys. We've got the BOS right here. We've got the price coming down into this zone. It's not necessarily a perfect imbalance on the 1 minute. Let's just take a quicker look, actually. Yeah, you wouldn't call this is covered up, so this is not a 1 minute imbalance. Let's see if it's on the 2 minute. Nope. On the 3 minute, nope. On the 4 minute, nope, and certainly not on the 5 minute. So look at that, guys. What an interesting scenario here, right? On this one, price gave you the perfect. Let me just clear that up. Price gave you the perfect scenario that you want to see. Okay, you have the imbalance on the 1 minute time frame where price actually comes in, taps it to the pip. Everything, this is a textbook unicorn, perfect opportunity. It's a gift. Okay, you have everything you want to see, and what happens? You get taken out of the market. Now you look at it on this side, and what seems to be the same situation playing out, where you've got the descending structure coming in, you've got the break of structure to the upside, but you have no imbalance. So you mean to tell me that if you were an imbalanced trader, order block trader, you wouldn't take this trade because you didn't see the imbalance? Absolutely not, guys. That's why, again, you got to get away from the rules and you got to go with the flow of the market. Okay, it doesn't matter if there's an imbalance here or not. Okay, it doesn't. You don't need that to enter the market. What you need is everything else. You need all. You need the break of structure. You need a lot of other things. You need to remember that you're in a high probability zone of price potentially turning because you're in this 4-hour imbalance. So all those other things are going to be contributing factors into supporting your long. Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect because, as we can see right here, perfect, a lot of times, perfect will get you in trouble. Because what perfect means is perfect means that they know that you're in the market. Remember, I made in that other video, I can go through your screen and I can control your computer. I can make you enter the market. How do I do that? By giving you a break of structure and then giving you a perfect imbalance. I can make you buy right here if you're a smart money trader. If you're an imbalanced trader, we can make you buy. So that's why they give you everything you want to see. They make you buy, then they take your money, and then they do what they need to do the same way and take off. Only this way, all your rules wouldn't have been met. They would not have been met because you may have called this a break of structure. You may not have, depending on how you look at structure. You wouldn't have called this an imbalance because there's no imbalance right here. So therefore, all your rules aren't met this time. But what does price do? It does exactly what you wanted it to do right after it took you out of the market. You see, it's crazy, man. It's crazy the way this stuff works. But again, how do you avoid certain things like this? You could have just done this. You could have literally put your stop and at least be able to absorb this low. 16 pips. Who gives a shit? Who cares? That's such a good trade either way. I mean, you can see what it's going to do when we let it play out. But 16 pips, who cares? And if not, and if it came back down, you could have actually entered again. You would have been right in somewhere down in here. You figure this last 1 minute candle would have given you the best opportunity. Maybe there's something here on the 30-second time frame, 15-second. I don't trade seconds time frame. I went through that phase. I don't think anybody needs to. So you don't have to pay TradingView all that damn money just to have seconds time frame. You don't need it. Just be patient. You don't need to know what's going on every second. Just be patient. You'll be all right. But as you can see, you could have caught another entry here. This one would have been about a 14 pip stop, or you could have got in here. It doesn't. The thing is, guys, it doesn't matter. Everything else that you saw to the left is justifying your position to the right. So assuming you got in right here, and let's just let price play. And this is actual current price action right now. And it's a rocket, man. We like to call them rockets. It's a crazy, crazy rocket to the upside. Probably, like I said, probably the trade of the week as of right now. It looks like it's retracing since I started this video. But it ran for 158 pips. And remember, if you would have been in this position, you would have ran for 155-ish. You could have made around 300 pips, which is insane, just for a quick day trade. And again, what did it come from, guys? It came from the same 1 hour, 4-hour imbalance that I talked about right here. Came from that same one. All right, this same little 4-hour imbalance. So again, if you're too concerned about maybe just structure points, you're only looking to trade structure points, that wouldn't have worked. If you're a Fibonacci guy and you were trading, and you were waiting for let's see what Fibonacci level this was. You're waiting for, let's see what we got here, maybe 61.8. Right. See, if you were a Fibonacci guy and you're waiting for 61.8, it never got hit. You would have never been able to enter the market. So you would have missed out on that. So structure would have missed out. Fib traders would have missed out. If you trade your order blocks or imbalances like this and you were patient, you could have caught this move. But regardless, guys, the thing is there's always a move to be taken, and the best way to justify it is just by being patient and looking for these subtle little hints, and here we can see it. Following the rules this time may have got you in trouble if you would have kept that stupid small stop. You increase your stop, you increase your chances of winning. And again, this is the stuff that happens every day, guys. So I hope you could find some value in this. This is live price action right now, so go ahead and mark up your charts, get yourself into the same trade, and now you can focus on managing it, because getting in is one part, but managing the trade is another battle. So now you got to start asking yourself, okay, now what am I doing? Am I in descending order flow? Is this a high, low, lower high, lower low? Am I anticipating another low from here? If that's the case and you were long, can you give yourself a free hedge? Can you do that? Because now you're long, you could sell for free, or do you hold your position and keep it up to the upside? You see, so those are the things that you got to ask yourself when you're holding the position, guys. And obviously we have our own opinion on that and how we reach that opinion, but that's our way of doing things. But I do hope you guys can get some value out of this. Make sure to check out our Telegram. We're always posting trades. Again, we post them for you to back test them, not for you to like them. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.